Hello everybody. Today I have a video from a recent visit to a museum here in Moscow. This museum was actually a suggestion from a viewer who left a comment about it. If you're out there, you know who you are. Thank you very much. It was a fantastic find. I went to the Andrei Rublev Museum. It's on the site of an old monastery. As I recall, the name of the monastery was Savior Saint Andronicus Monastery, I believe. It was founded in the 14th century, and I believe it also has the oldest stone building in Moscow. I believe it was the church at that site there. Very beautiful premises, just kind of getting to wander around initially. The old church there was beautiful, but you weren't allowed to take pictures in there, so I just have some pictures from the outside. But this place was very much a hidden gem. So the primary thing at the actual museum, when you go in, the big white building in the back with the video here is where the museum part was. That building had a museum that had a massive collection of old icons. It was more than just icons, obviously. There are lots of things to do, shall we say, the religious art. But the big thing was the icons. I think that's what it was most well known for. I think there was more than 500 icons. It was very fascinating from the point of view of learning the history of Christian art in Russia. The thing about this whole visit, though, that was quite wonderful, I guess, is that you go to the museum. It's very reasonably priced. It's not. It wasn't very expensive to go in, but the woman, when I went to get my tickets, asked me, "Oh, do you want to just join a tour?" And I honestly didn't understand at the time whether I could just go in on my own or with the tour. I kind of thought I had to do the tour, so I said, "Okay, fine." And so for, I believe it was maybe 200 rubles, 250 rubles more, so $2 to $3 USD, I got to instead go with this tour, and it was a young man. I believe he said, as I recall, that he was some sort of graduate student researching, with his area of expertise being in iconographia, history of Christian arts, something along those lines. It was his area of expertise, and there was only 3 other people with our group. And this tour, for the equivalent of 200 rubles, ended up being something like 2.5 hours of him talking, honestly, very quickly the whole time, giving us all the information on anything imaginable. I learned so much about just things like how old icons were made, the actual details of just the process, the master, making the wood planks, the fastening together, all of these things, the layers they would apply to them, the process for the painter to paint with multiple layers. It was very fascinating. Learned a lot just about things like that. And on the other end, as he took us around, he would have specific icons. We had the famous icon of the 3 angels coming to Abraham, and discussing, for example, the symbolism. That was a famous icon I had already seen. It's very well known, and it was fascinating there. All these things I hadn't realized in terms of the symbolism and such that you would see now looking at that. It was such an amazing deal, I guess you could say, that for a very small amount of money you get this sort of tour that if you came at a time when there weren't that many people, it's really just a few people on this very long tour that you get to learn a whole lot about the museum on. It was absolutely a hidden gem. I was very impressed for this little kind of unassuming area, because walking down there, I wouldn't have thought when I left the metro and started going down that road there was really going to be this beautiful monastery with this beautiful museum in there. It was very surprising. It was a wonderful suggestion. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed seeing some of the pictures and the footage. Any other suggestions, please continue with them. People gave us a lot of good ones, so I will be following up on a few more in the near future. Anyway, thanks again to the person who suggested this. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, please share the video. Like I said, the algorithm isn't exactly doing us any favors right now. We're also on Telegram and recently got onto X, Twitter as well, so you can follow us on there. Anyway, y'all have a good day and God bless.